Hello there. Welcome to another week of Language Bites. I'm Cata, your host for this couple of minutes, and today we'll take a look at what's been achieved. That is passive voice with perfect tenses. I love these videos in which we put together all of the knowledge we have been studying. So let's dive in. Do you know that when we talk about the passive, we draw our attention to the object over the subject? That is, who receives the action rather than who does the action. And so the action itself receives much more emphasis. And we achieve this by changing the order of the elements. And so in a passive sentence, in a passive voice sentence actually, the first element we find is that of that logical object, right? But also the verb suffers changes. We're going to need the verb to be and the participle form, the past participle form of the verb. To that layer, if we add the perfective, then I'm going to add have. All targets have been met, keeping the meaning, of course, of that of the present perfect, that is, at some point in the past up to the present. So that was the present perfect passive. In the case of the past perfect, I am changing have for had. So the deal had been settled before the CEO arrived. The meaning here is that that action of settling the deal took place in the past and in a moment prior to another past event. That's the layer of meaning that the past perfect adds. And lastly, we can do this with modals, all modals, but in this case, I've taken the will to create the future perfect passives, as in the reports will have been submitted by Friday. And this comes in extremely handy whenever we are talking or we want to sound more formal and impersonal above all. That is in context of, for example, progress updates. Example, most tasks have already been completed. Any cases of formal writing, as in your application has been reviewed by the hiring team. And of course, any instance of reporting or forecasting, as in by next quarter, the system will have been upgraded. Now you know. Remember to check out the activities in order to practice these instances of the passive that help us sound more impersonal and formal. Thanks for watching. Bye!